know we just can't get right around here.
Yes, I was laughing at you.
I cannot. I'm not.
It's so funny.
Here is the problem. I was trying to be all professional today so that we wouldn't have the problems we've been having, but we just be backstage talking and stuff. But here is the issue. Listen, I don't know what is going on with my connections in my house. I called the people last night. We was troubleshooting. I went on to the app. They was troubleshooting. And it seemed like it had gotten better. But now today, we right back where we started. I had this weird delay. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
When I saw the doggone intro stopped and then it says, "We are live."
That's the crazy thing. I had hit the live button.
Laughing.
Listen, hey, people in the room, in the chat, come on in, come on in, come on in. Listen, we gonna get it right one of these days, honey.
One day. The season will probably be over, but we gonna get
Miss Baythane, hey, she said, "Happy Thursday, train your children and tribe." Yes, train your children and tribe. A 3-day weekend, but technically, ElTeddy, you'll understand what I'm getting ready to say. I don't have a technical 3-day weekend, but I do. Tomorrow's a PD, so no students in the field. It's basically a 3-day weekend.
That explains the message I got from. That explains the message I got from the teacher about tomorrow.
Well, no, he got a totally different county.
No, he said no. He told me he told me he has PD tomorrow for Veterans Day. And,
okay. Maybe that's what it is. Is it for Veterans Day? I don't know. I just know
that. The kids were out of school on Tuesday for teacher work days, and then this Friday for Veterans Day. But they got to do PDs on Friday.
Now let me say this. Hey, Jonathan, y'all. Why I thought that Jonathan had wrote, "Hey, Really B, Wiley, and Bro." I said, I'm about to say that because Wiley.
He is speaking to me.
Wow. He can't come down in here, so it don't matter. Listen, unlike some people, I'll be unblocking. Once you block, baby, I'm Cardi B around here.
Yeah, I don't unblock people either.
I don't be unblocking. Like it gotta be it needed to have been an accident that I blocked you in the first place. So but anyway, y'all, so look, we are here to talk about last night's episode of Chasing Atlanta. We are on episode 5. Now, first of all, we were already talking about this backstage. I thought last night was a pretty good episode.
I did as well. I enjoyed it. I didn't cry. So that's
I think I have where's my t-shirt that expresses my view on last night's episode. I should have wore it. Hold on.
Wow.
That's just
I want to say this though. I feel like we're gonna get cussed out after this review because I feel like all of us might have some things to say. Well, maybe not everyone. We'll all have some things to say.
We didn't get cussed out last week. See?
There's a lot of stuff going on in last night's episode.
But we didn't get cussed out last week.
No, we did not.
I just would like the record to show. I
get shade thrown at them, no, but we didn't get cussed.
I got 0. It wasn't me.
Yeah, no, it was you.
No, it was not me.
I called you and told you about it.
I know you called me, but I don't think that was me.
Who else was it, ElTeddy?
I don't know. I don't know.
What you mean you don't know?
You're the only person that it describes, sir.
No, I don't think so. I'm just going to assume that it's not me because I'm not trying to go down these dark places. I'm trying to stay up.
We'll let you have it. The Lulu is the Salulu for you, and that is just fair.
I really don't think they were talking. Until you put a name on it, I don't know who you're talking about. So there it is.
That's true. Would you say at me?
I don't know who we talking
about. Drinking? What is that?
Real girls do real things. So, girl, go call my name. Well, this was water, and then I poured some Crystal Light in there. So,
okay, yeah, I love my Crystal Light. So.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
feel
guess
like
I'm the only one. I'm the oddball out in this situation because please don't just give me
way
water.
too dark. I feel like you have way too much Crystal Light in there.
No, it's great. It's the Concord.
You no longer have Crystal Light. You have grape Kool-Aid. That is what you have.
It does kind of
ain't no
taste
sugar
like
in it. It's sure not Kool-Aid. Don't do that.
No, you put a good Crystal. Now you get the right flavor Crystal Light, you will think you're drinking some Kool-Aid. I don't know anymore.
Marco said last night's episode was very confusing, and no one seems to stand on what they said or did.
Or off. Well, Marco, you not wrong.
I definitely agree with the second part, but I was confused. But I definitely agree that people don't seem like they stand on a lot of what they say. I would say this, and to be fully transparent, 2 out of the 3 people on this panel have a history with a certain somebody, but I'll be honest with you, that's one of the only people that is absolutely honest. Like, he definitely stands on what he says. Now, you don't have to like what he says, but he stands on what he says. But anyway, let's get into that.
But this same person does like to have revisionist history, and
yeah, they do. Yeah, because
he has delusions of grandeur sometimes. So his reality don't actually match what actually happens.
Not sometimes. They don't.
Well, I'll reserve comment for when we get to these sections.
All right, well, let's start at the beginning.
Wait, really, be one more thing. It's Christmas season, so I thought that you would like to know. My snacks came back in. Oh,
I would like you to understand that it is not. We are still in Ebony season, not Christmas. Put them fucking chips down. Thank you.
Oh, they're so good. They're so good.
What are they? Those are pretzel chips with what? What are they? What's on them?
They have white cream and peppermint on them. It's so good. You gotta try it.
I have no interest. I have no interest in peppermint pretzel.
If you taste it, you will fall in love. It's so good.
I won't, because I don't like peppermint like that.
I don't like peppermint like that either, but it's the white cream.
Okay.
In my mouth.
A nasty thin mint. That's. I guess if you like thin mints, you'll like it.
I do like thin mints.
It does not taste like thin
mints. To me, that's not the same.
Yeah, this doesn't taste like thin mints.
Thank you, Ravine. It sounds disgusting. I
agree. Ravine, don't drag me down this road, Ravine. Don't do this.
He will fight you over his snacks. Yeah.
Well, we know. Okay, so we start this episode off. We have Oliver with overall mother Shannon Balenciaga. Now, first of all, again, Shannon, I remember her from Legendary. Her and Tonka were both in the house of Balenciaga during that season. And baby, Shannon is gorgeous. Like, she is so stunning. Like, I just find her to be absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Yes,
I have nothing.
I concur. She's very pretty. I was already over the scene because I feel like this is a scene just to have a scene. I don't think he's actually going to do the work that it requires to be in a house and do the walking of said house. I just don't think that's who he is as a person.
I think Oliver be trying to do so much.
His list to add to his resume. And I'm also this. And I'm also on this. And I do this for Dr. Heavenly. And I do this for TS Medicine. And I also do this because I'm a man. I'm a jack of all trade and a master of none. I do.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. You're right. Tonka is a garçon. You're right. I'm sorry, D. Thank you, boo. Thank you for getting me together, honey. Thank you, nephew. You're right. Tonka was is garçon. Yeah. Tonka was with you know who I'm talking about. I can see her face.
I can see her face as well. I can't. Child, we old. Names is not gonna come to us quickly.
Sanchez, right?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
It wasn't Stasha.
No.
Stop. What's her name, Stash?
Sasha Stop. Okay. Anyway, I can see her face.
We don't know. Child, we don't know. We don't know.
At any rate, I think Oliver is you and this girl. Let's move on because I'm not taking you seriously, Oliver. Let's just be clear.
Because really she said you got to do your research and blah, 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 and all these other things. The excitement just fell right out of it. Oh, okay.
So
you thought you could come there and be cute once or twice, and they was gonna open the floodgates for you. No, baby, you got to put in work.
And you
I'm gonna say
really
this.
like that stuff takes a lot of time, energy, and dedication. And you already got 868 jobs, sir. I don't know that you have the amount of time that it takes to dedicate to that stuff. Because the people who are serious about ballroom, that stuff takes a lot of time, effort, money, and energy. And I just don't know that you have. You may have the money, you may have the gumption to do it, or you may have the will to do it, but the time, you just are all over the place and you have too much going on. Just let it go. That's somebody else's world. Let people have their world. You can have your world, and girl, whatever.
So I'm gonna say this. This is my opinion. I agree that I feel like this scene was a filler scene. Do I think that Oliver is interested in ballroom? I do. Do I think that it's something that he would stick with and have the level of dedication that we have seen people who have been in ballroom? I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't know. I honestly can say I don't know, but I definitely okay, Slim is overdose said maybe he could do Kiki. I can see him being in the Kiki scene. Yeah. But it is a lot. It's a lot of dedication. It definitely is a lot of dedication.
I really want y'all to. He not finna do the Kiki scene. He not. It doesn't have enough prestige for him. Not to say that the baby is a snob. However,
I just feel like Oliver at times sees things that are popular and says, "Oh, let me try and go do that," instead of just staying in your lane.
Well, that's what he's trying to say. He's saying he wants to continue to create more lanes for himself. Like I said, do I think that mentally he wants to do it? Yes, but I'm with Ebbie. Do I think that he's going to stick with it and be physical? I don't know. Right, Didi. Right, right, nephew. Kiki girls are more brutal. Yeah, they are. Kiki is very cutthroat. Very, very cutthroat. All right, so let's
Apparently
move
not, because they let that girl in Chasing Dallas think that she was approaching legendary status, so they can't be that cutthroat if she walk around here thinking she's eligible for legendary status.
Don't wait.
She also bust that judge's head open. So
with a bottle.
Yeah.
She bust the judge's head open.
You ain't see that?
You ain't see that?
Kiki,
that video? Where the judge said cut, she got
Kiki
chopped,
walked
and
up to the
then
table and yeah,
she threw a bottle.
Was it on the show?
No, this was just at a ball.
Oh, I don't watch that like that. So yeah, send it to me because I already watch it like that.
I don't know where it is. Anyway,
Tracy, send it to ElTeddy.
Yeah, Tracy
got it. Tracy got it.
So the next scene, again, I think. Listen, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm starting to feel like we get it, Drew. We get it. You're a great drag queen, and you know all of the girls. We get it. And this
running so
like
hard
we said
to get
last
onto
week,
the drag race.
Right, and like I said last week, I would love to see you on Drag Race. I'm here for it. I will definitely root for you, honey. But yeah. If I don't get another scene of her dropping off of a table into a split for the rest of the season, I'm okay. They had a conversation after this, which I feel like it was just a recap of what had happened at the party. Mm-hmm. Okay, let me say this, and let me finish getting through this before y'all, because I feel like y'all got a lot to say on this one. First of all, I don't know what Drew had on her confessional, but go off, girl, go off. Tonka was there. We were born, Neek and Willa. So, like I said, they talked about the whole King Kang maliciously blind. We talked about the sex party, but then they got on this conversation about
that's not the sex party, toy party.
Toy party, you're right. Toy party. Wayne left them at the airport. Now, let me say this, and then I'm gonna shut up and let y'all speak. I'm gonna say this, and listen. Don't nobody come after me. I'm in no way, shape, or form being transphobic. But let me say this. I need to see the outfit that she had on. I need to see the full outfit, because for y'all to say there was some transphobia, we feel like she wasn't allowed on the plane because of transphobia. They said that she was inappropriate, and you let these other people on the plane, but she couldn't get on the plane. I need to see the outfit. Now, y'all might say something different, and that's fine. But which I had thought about that.
I have a couple things. One, clearly you got on the airplane to get there, so I don't know that I can make the blanket statement that this airline, maybe the individual is blanketly transphobic, because we don't know. You clearly got on the airplane to get there. The other thing is, as someone who flies a lot, let me say this. When your ass boards that plane, if you get off that plane, you have either arrived at your destination, or the cops are coming, or security is coming to escort you off. They don't be playing all of this on, off, on, off, on, off stuff for various reasons, security, reasons wise, and everything. So, and what it also sounds like is y'all may have been in different spots in the line, because if he's already on the plane and y'all are still trying to get on, like if y'all were grouped together in the same, like if the three of us were in line together and they said, and I happen to go past and I'm here, Ebbie say, what's going on? I'm still kind of walking toward where I can kind of see and hear what's going on, and I can turn around and be like, hey, what's going on? Everything good. But I just, something, they're leaving out a part of this story that just does not seem, some part, like you said, really be something is being left out, and Wayne is being painted as as this villain guy. Because I'm gonna tell you, if it was me and I was on the plane and they tell me, and you text me, girl, they won't let me on. Well, girl, you need me to wait for you when I get to Atlanta, because the way I'm kind of set up.
But like
girl,
you said, depending on with the stat, he might not have been able to, like you said, one, he may not have been able to get off the plane, and two, because I do think it's more to this. Let me just rewind. I'm not gonna sit here and say that these types of things don't happen to trans women or men. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't believe them, and I need to see the whole. No, because I mean, we already.
Okay, so here's
Go
my
ahead,
thing.
Ed. Go ahead, boo.
So everybody is not as vigilant as they should be in regards to their job at the airport. So while you may have been able to use your ID to get past security and get to the gate, it may have been an issue with that gate agent when you got to the gate, and maybe your
but they
ID
don't
says
check
that.
ID at the
Listen,
gate.
wait. Your
Let her
ID
finish.
says that your name is whatever your mama named you, but when you show up, that's not who shows up. It's Berlin that shows up and not what's on that ID. Now you might have been able to get past.
But Ebbie, that's
First stop.
absolutely
Listen,
not how that
because I'm
works.
saying not everybody is as vigilant as they
No,
should.
no, 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 Ebbie, that's not how any of that works. You never show your ID when you get to that gate. You
Listen to
don't
what
show
I'm
no
saying.
ID.
If
All you do
they
is
are
scan
like,
tickets
listen, I'm
and
only
keep it
going
moving.
by what they said.
ElTeddy,
Wait a
let her
minute.
finish. Let her finish. Let her finish.
I'm only going by what they say. If they're saying that it was transphobic, while that may not have been an issue at security, the gate agents have their own discretionary things that they can do where they won't let you get on the plane. So I don't know if they were able to get past security, but once they got to a gate, and the gate agent probably may have had an issue that there was some transphobia or some kind of biases going on where they stopped her from getting on the plane, or they could have been acting a jackass down to the gate and didn't get put on the plane. You know what I'm saying?
No,
And
Ebbie,
so,
I agree.
and they absolutely could have been in different groups where, what's the baby's name? Wayne was in group 3 and they was in group 7, and he's already on the damn plane, so he don't see whatever the hell is going on.
Right.
And my thing is, yeah, I would have had the same thing. I'm not coming off of the plane because you can't get on. Baby, I'll wait for you at the airport on the other side, because maybe Maybe Wayne didn't opt to get the insurance when he could
But
just
no,
change his
Ebbie, what I was saying was
change his
I agree with you that sometimes the gate agents may, take their job more seriously. But what I'm saying is the part that is not, they didn't say that part. And I know from flying doesn't happen. They don't check your ID when you get to the gate. So that's what I'm saying. The ID part saying, they saw one thing on the ID and something else. I think it may have been something more like really be
if they
where
were riding
nature of your
standby.
outfit,
Listen, if
the
they were
nature of
riding
your outfit
standby
would
and
have
trying to,
been
and that would explain that too. If you was riding standby and didn't know you were going to get on the plane, if you can get on this plane and they call you up, they absolutely ask you for your ID.
Oh, well, that's that. I don't know nothing about standby. I let that for the people who don't have no money and stuff like
And that's the only reason
Girl.
why I could see them
Oh,
there being an ID issue at the gate is because you were riding standby. You was lucky enough to be, we got enough places you can get on the plane. We need to see your ID so we can make you a ticket and make sure your name matches the ticket for the manifest. You have to show your ID at the gate. I only know this because of my sister, because she works at the airport, and she has gotten me tickets where I had to ride standby. And when I was able to get on that particular plane, I had to show my ID to the gate agent so that I could get my ticket to get on the plane.
I hear what y'all are saying, and all of that is valid. I'm only going by what they said on the show. And what they said on the show was they told her she couldn't get on the plane because of her attire. They didn't say nothing about her ID. So I feel like,
but I'm saying her attire as in she's dressed as a girl and presenting as a female, and her ID says,
but that's not
something different.
Go ahead.
And I'm not saying that it's right or that's exactly what happened, but I could see someone who has an issue. You know what I'm saying?
but I feel like by
they have the discretion to it's their decision whether or not you get on the plane.
what I'm saying is that would be speculation. We don't know that he got in there, and even introducing that ID part adds another, kind of stank on it that makes it even more egregious. So I don't know.
Right, and let me say this. Let's be clear.
There is a dress code for the airport. You can't just get on the plane wearing any old thing. They will will put you off or won't let you onto the plane if you dress super courteous.
Yeah, if you have body parts exposed, if you are not properly covered, you got to sit on a seat. Like, you can't have your ass cheeks out sitting on a seat that somebody got to sit in behind you in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, the turnaround is very quick. Like, literally, they just pick up the trash. Okay, it's not that serious when they cleaning the plane. So, I mean, if you are not, and I'm not saying she was or she wasn't, that's what they said. And I'm not going to say that there was up, Nate. I'm not going to say that there wasn't any transphobia, because that's like me trying to tell a white person that something that just happened to me was racist. They can't quantify what I feel was racist based on my experience as a Black woman in this country. So I'm not saying that what happened to her was not transphobic. I want to be very clear. I am not telling her what her experience was. What I'm saying is based on what y'all said, which was she was dressed and they wouldn't let her on the plane, and the excuse they used was her dress. I wanted to see the full outfit so I could say, oh no, that's bullshit, because she's perfectly covered up, or that I've seen people wear stuff like that on a plane before. You see what that's all I'm saying.
My thing about it is
we saw her from the waist up, and I mean, it ain't.
I didn't even introduce the whole transphobic thing. I just focused on, they said, well, Wayne is, a bad friend because he didn't get off this plane. Because in my brain, I'm like, no, he's not. Baby, I'm not getting off this plane for you. Now, the transphobic thing, I can't really, like you said, really, I can't estimate. So I really don't have any, thing. I can't estimate. I don't know what happens. Too many variables here for me to estimate that.
And that's why I started. So I hope if anybody is watching this, you heard everything I said, because all I said at the beginning was I ain't got enough information to say, okay, I see that. Because again, y'all the same ones that gave us that whole performance in the studio in the beginning of the season. That's all I'm saying. Moving on. Any other final words on that situation?
No.
Okay.
Hey, Aaron.
I just know that if it was me, because sometimes I just don't be buying the insurance all the time, adding the insurance to my ticket. And that means that I'm
Okay.
going to be on time. I'm going to get on the plane so that I can make it to and from my destination with no issue, because I can't just change the ticket at no additional cost because I had the insurance and all those things. So if just got just the plain old, no, I need to get on this plane because I ain't got the funds to be able to just be changing the ticket all willy-nilly because y'all got an issue. And we not bad boys for life. We don't ride together. We don't die together. I don't know what to tell.
Listen, let me tell you something. Abby and I have gone through the airport and we have had to separate because she had to go through a different security that I went through, and we've had to meet back up. Trust and believe, like I'm not gonna leave her. Like if she had hit me up and be like, yo, they got me at security, they didn't yoke me up. Oh, I'm gonna make sure she's good. But if I'm already on the plane, that's another conversation.
Yeah, that's another
Like,
conversation when you on the
that's
plane.
another conversation. Yeah, I'm
Because
sorry.
they're not gonna let you back. If you exit that plane,
They're not gonna put you back on.
they're not gonna put you back on that plane.
Not unless it's like extraordinary circumstances.
Not unless they one of the airline workers escort you off for some reason. And then, but if you just get up and decide, oh, I got to go see about my friend. Well, baby, go talk to the agent about the next flight. Maybe we could give you standby.
Right.
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah. All right. The next scene is King Kane talking to the business lady about his LLC. Do we have anything to add to that scene?
No, I'm glad he's getting his business affairs in order, because it behooves me that you have all these business ventures and you do not have, your ducks in a row, and then you have you get gardenied out of your hard working and all the effort that you put into this business. And I hate to see that happen because people are petty and trifling, and clearly there's a history of people doing that to each other. So I'm glad that he is getting his ducks in a row in terms of his entrepreneurship and business ventures. Other than that, I got nothing.
I'm a ditto everything you just said. ElTeddy, you got anything to add to that?
Yeah, I'm
a ditto everything you just said.
I am Whitney Houston. I have nothing.
Next, we have Tonka in the studio laying some tracks on a ballroom anthem about walking the runway. He sounded like, I like his little verse. It was a cute thing.
It was cute.
Jay Moore comes in, huh?
I was just gonna say his artist name is JJ Jones. So, and the music is
no, that's not his artist. That's the artist that asked him to join. His
okay. Track. So if you are going to look for the track, look for the artist JJ Jones, and it's streaming, so you can support Tonka.
All right, so download it now. You guys go over, support Tonka, go over to your Apple Music and things, and download JJ Jones featuring Tonka Garçon. Okay. Now, Jay Moore comes by the studio for him and Tonka to have a little tete-a-tete. And they talk about the whole We Were Born Wayne situation. Are they friends? Are they not friends? We are all confused. Anything y'all want to add to the We Were Born Wayne conversation?
I think that this is just their attempt to manufacture a storyline for themselves. I don't have a whole lot for this. I don't have enough information to really care at this point, because that airplane incident enough is not any. I have nothing. Once again, I'm Whitney. Don't make me close one more door.
I'm going to second ElTeddy's notion. I feel like besides the questionable sugar daddy situation and this airport situation, I feel like they are being shoehorned into a storyline, and it's coming off as not as sincere as I think they would like it to.
I do want to say one thing, and it's not just this scene, but it's a couple scenes this episode and last episode. Can we stick to just reality TV and drama? Baby, we don't want to be in y'all bedrooms. Baby, we don't want the horrible mental pictures flooding our brains of whatever y'all got going on. You talking about I'm a bottom with dick on demand and all that. Baby, no. No means no, and yes means no. We don't want to know. We don't want no parts of it. We don't want to imagine it. We don't need you painting colorful pictures about what you got going on. Baby, leave your sex life in the off camera. You talking to somebody who's over the house of debauchery. So if I'm telling you, baby, please no. It's a no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nope. Because we had several incidents of that this episode where I was like, girl.
When Jay Moore said he was serving camel toe in the back and moose knuckle
Girl,
in the front, I had to lay down and talk to Jesus.
listen, listen, I was in the bed in the fetal position, rocking back and forth, rethinking life like, please, God, why, Lord, why? God, please, Lord, help me, Jesus,
God,
please,
it was funny to me. I don't care what
please
nobody
help me,
said.
God. Mm.
Okay, can we? Okay, we gonna get there. Go ahead, really, because I have another question about Jitwan and their storylines for this season when it comes to him and Troy. Because
So the other thing is, and we're gonna get to some of the gossip because baby, people have gone live, people have told things. We're gonna get to some of the gossip at the end of this episode because just to put some things out and clarify some things. What I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all want me to move on to the next thing?
no, go ahead.
Oh, I mean, whatever you got to add, go ahead, because we have nothing. I told you, don't make
I
the
don't
good
have
woman
nothing more
go.
to add other than
Oh,
and like I said, I'm with you guys. I wait till we get to that part. I honestly don't have anything to add because I agree with you, ElTeddy. I feel like certain things. Although I don't feel like the Wayne situation was manufactured. I do feel like it's being exploited. I do feel like they put 20 on 10 to create something that may or may not be that serious or be there. That I believe. I don't think they're I do think that the Wayne Kendra situation is legit. I just think that they're inserting themselves on a level that may or may not
Mm-hmm.
reasonable. I don't know. But we're gonna get to that. Actually, we're gonna get to that in this next scene because the next scene is Jaytwan and Troy. Where Troy feels like he has to confront Jaytwan about the fact that they are not friends anymore. And all I
I
have to
thought
say
Jay
about
Swan
this is
confronted Troy.
that's what I just said. Or did I say that wrong?
Yeah, you said Troy confronted Jay Twan.
My bad. Jaytwan confronted Troy. And let me say this. In that moment, I was so here for Troy. Troy's face was like, and when Troy said to him, but that was 3 years ago. Like, if you weren't back on the show, would we have ever had this conversation? Because I'm wondering why, if this was something that really bothered you so much, why are we just talking about it now? And baby, I was here for all of that. And
It hurt him to his core.
No, that
it
was
hurt him
Jay
to his
Twan.
core, honey. It hurt him to his core.
But you know what? We're seeing a lot of this whole, oh, I'm really your friend, I'm really your ride or die, and the other person looking at you like, no, because it's the same. That's the whole premise of the King Kane and Dominique and Troy and all of this, where you like, I'm your friend, I'm your best friend, I'm the friend. Girl, y'all trying too hard to be a pick me. Like, oh yes, I want to be. Girl. If you don't like me, I can't stand your stinking assy. How about that?
Okay.
We can't be friends. No.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, that whole scene to me rang once again. I'm looking for a storyline. I'm trying to create a storyline.
He was literally mad and went off because Troy laughed at something somebody else said. And I was like,
right. He had a problem with Troy laughing at something, like you said, at a joke somebody else made. Yet he just had a whole situation where he was shading Drew about her hair. She gave that whole drag performance, invited y'all to see her perform, and you had to comment about her wig. Like, that was unnecessary. It was like you just had to find something to say negative about Drew in that moment. Because it was unnecessary. But yet still,
and as a proprietor of wigs, you, sir, really can't
make any estimations about anybody's wig, when if we fast forward just a few more minutes to this pool party and you look at the wig that is on baby girl's head, or if that's her natural hair, I do not know, but it looked light as a feather, stiff as a board. I don't understand.
Not the craft.
I don't understand, beloved.
Listen,
People in glass whorehouses should not throw stones. I don't understand.
whose wig are you talking about? You talking about the girl who's the B2K song?
Many comments about that baby's wig.
Wait, whose wig?
Like it was bouncing and behaving when she hit the spin and the drop at the club. It looked fine. It didn't fall off.
Wait, she wasn't at the pool party, was she?
But when we get to the pool party,
no, she's talking about Berlin's wig.
I'm talking about
Berlin's hair. I think
when Berlin said stiff wear, and I was like, right there, right there.
Well, we didn't even get to the pool party yet, but if we're gonna talk about it real quick, I'm mad at the thigh high boots, ma'am. You first of all, the only person that can get away with thigh high boots at a pool party is Mary J. Blige. She is the only one.
And I'm sure it was 1,000 degrees. I'm sure it was 1,000 degrees. It was
you know what that gave me?
I didn't even pay attention to that enough to know that she had on thigh high boots. However, at one point I was Berlin when Berlin was me. Because when King said it hurt me to my core, and she turned her head and looked at that nigga and said, to your core though? Me. That is me.
Ciao.
That was listen, Berlin took me. I had to talk to Lord about it. Because the look on her face when he said that she was like, when her head moved, but her wig didn't, and she looked like this, and she said, to your core though? To your core? It hurt you to your core. I would have asked the same questions because we want to know, because this seems a little.
I'm gonna tell you why I didn't pay attention to that, because I was still flabbergasted. I was still in a catatonic state and running to my breaststroke when that young man said, "Cause I'm giving big dick energy," and I said, "Oh," and the dry heave started. That's why I say this whole episode. And then you had Willa and Oliver talking about we need to go do something together. Girl, I was in the. However, I will say Willa gave me my comic relief this whole episode. Like all Willa's confessionals, I was here for every single
time.
Willa, every time Willa came on screen, I was here for. Willa gave me life until she had that whole thing about her and Oliver, and I was like, Willa, girl.
Listen, I would just like to say, just like Willa is on this damn show and her confessionals cutting the monkey. If y'all could read some of our text messages, Willa had me crying and on my face and pray about her every day. Because she ain't got good sense. My baby ain't got a lick of good sense.
I love Willa. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to be honest. Like I said, every time I see J-Twan and Berlin, I really question.
I get anxiety.
The validity of what's coming out their mouth, and I agree with you, Marco. I don't know if it was a good idea to bring back We Were Born, because they just, first of all, they're not giving anything. Berlin is doing the same thing she did the first time around, which is give me nothing. Like Berlin gives me nothing, and J-Twan gives me.
I got a little bit of my life from her though. At that pool party. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, she gave me 2 seconds.
Listen. I need a little bit more, but that was a nice start. I don't know what this. She could have kept that ED sugar daddy. She could. We didn't.
Not ED. Oh no.
Yeah, don't remember the sugar daddy got ED and he mad at her.
I don't see. This is why we need to stay out of these people's bedroom.
She brought us in. We didn't ask.
She invited us. She kicked the door open.
Right,
and said,
she didn't. Yeah. So then we have a scene between Neek and Jay Amore, which again, it was just more of the Jay Amore downloading Neek on what happened at the toy party with King Kane. And Neek is like, look, I'm over this bullshit. Can we just all come together and donate to the homeless? Like, that's all I want, is to figure out a way that we can just do some community service.
Listen, Dominique Rolls Royce.
Service, we can't even be around each other.
Dominique Rolls Royce had a song that you need to go listen to. They sang the hell out of that song. Baby, you wishing on a star to follow where you are. Baby, it's no gathering, collaborating, coalescing together. It's not happening.
Why
Let
is
it
ElTeddy
go.
giving us the jukebox version of this review? I need to know. Selection 157. That's all I like. What?
Right. Girl. No, because I literally and Jay Moore, I guess you gonna be bone carrier this season. I just don't know. Cause is he not the bone carrier this season? Because he's just going around telling everybody it's happened over here. It's happened over here. Heard they said this about you.
It feels like a lot. It feels like a lot. I feel this. Not D coming in late talk about ED. Yeah.
Right, because it just came out of nowhere.
The man got he not acting right. She having trouble getting the money. Listen, so she got to do what she got to do. That's what she said. Nobody asked her for that information. She volunteered it through a phone call where we never actually heard anyone speaking on the other end. So I
didn't hear nobody.
Not a voice to person.
Didn't hear nobody.
We never heard anyone.
So then we get to the 3-part pool party.
Baby, can I tell you, after the first one, I would have went home before the second location. Baby, I would have acted like I was following y'all and turned off and went home after the first one.
Well, that was the question that I was going to ask. I was going to ask how many locations would you have gone to? Ebbie, how many locations would you? Well, I don't even need to ask Ebbie. How many? I would have had to beg Ebbie to go to the first damn location. How many locations you going to, Ebbie?
It depends. Am I riding with you?
I mean,
because if I'm riding with you, whatever locations you go separately,
let's assume
we drove separately.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we drove separately and I physically made it to the first location, and they said, "Oh no, you niggas and you sissies can't be here," I'd have been like, "Okay, this has been wonderful. I want to thank you."
Listen, I would have went home or found me another party.
And I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna stop by the Wingstop and try the new flavor and take my ass to the house. Like I know,
girl, we're not doing that.
Gonna watch Cars again for the 75th millionth time.
I think production told them, listen, we need this thing. We need everybody to come. I think that's what happened. Because, baby, let me tell you, I would have. But where? And then, even if I happened to make it to the second one, and they said the second venue was real trash, girl, there's no way I would have been to the third one. No way. No way. No, man.
The second one was down in somebody's apartment. And as soon as they got there, they was like, no niggas. No fat
right. I might have went to the second one, but I might have went to the second one, but unless, like you said, unless it was a situation where production was like, we really, really need y'all to be here for this. Yeah, y'all wouldn't have got 3 out of me. Now, like I said, you might have got.
Now here's the thing. Did I have to pay to get into this situation?
No, none of them had to pay. None of them had to pay.
Okay, well then then fuck that. The first one I'd have been at.
According to Oliver and the promoter, not only did they not have to pay, the promoter said he gave people gas money.
Gave people gas money, child.
Well, if you gave me gas money, then where are we going?
Tell me what the man said. Now listen. They get to the first venue and it was canceled before it got started. The promoter allegedly got scammed because he thought
they looked like they was fighting.
No, they were not fighting.
No, I'm saying it looked like it when they first went to the scene, they looked like they was about to get it down.
They did. I feel like they thought the thing was set, and when they got there and found out they got flim-flammed, they was in their feelings.
Well, especially since I'm sure he had already paid the money. Like
I'm sure for the venue.
Yeah.
Oliver said he told everybody to go home. That's all I need to hear.
Oliver did say that. Listen, that's why I said we're gonna get to all the gossip. we're gonna get to the gossip in a minute because we almost done with this episode. I'm gonna talk about what Oliver said, what Kane said, what the people. I'm gonna talk about the gossip that I had heard. But yes, Oliver did say that. Now, with that being said, so they went to the next location, which was literally somebody's pool at their apartment. Well, it was the condo. And baby, somebody called the homeowners association on them real quick and was like, "Yeah, they out there acting like
this really be. Let me ask, what other show was there? Because they said some other show was there.
the come up, right? Wasn't the come up ATL?
Well, I don't know. I didn't recognize the people.
I wasn't looking at the screen when they said another people.
It was. They said the name of the show. I think it was the come up. I don't watch the show.
But I don't think they said the name. That's why I asked, because I don't remember them saying the name. I don't know. Moving on. You can go ahead.
So they went to the second location, and then they finally got to the third location, only for Kane, Troy, and Neek to get into an argument for the 3,000th time about who's friends with who and who said what about who. Let me say this. Let me say this. And I get it. We feel the same, but this is my opinion, and then I'm gonna shut up and let y'all say what y'all got to say about it. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I was reading the comments. I believe all three of those people are telling the truth. I believe that Kane is telling the truth. I believe that Neek talks shit about Troy and Troy talks shit about Neek, but they weren't cool at the time. They weren't getting along at the time. I believe that whatever was legitimately, because I know for a fact that Troy and Neek were legitimately not speaking. It's not a storyline. They legit weren't effing with each other. Whatever it was, they cleared it up, and it looks like they cleared it up off camera. And it's become a storyline, but it's dragging. Because at this point, I believe all three of them are telling the truth, and I just don't care no more. Y'all can say what y'all go ahead.
My thing is, Kay, if you don't want to be friends with Neek or Troy, and they want to be kumbaya and lie to each other, baby, let it go. Girl, you want to go over there and play with her? Play with her. Y'all know how I do. If I get in a beef with somebody, or if I got issues with somebody, baby, you getting one good read, and I'm gonna move on. I don't have the type of energy to devote to you because my life is too busy. And the way, like you said, really be the way they dragging this on and on and on and on. Girl, we ain't friends like that. Girl, and that's why I say these people throw around friends and all of that stuff, and they get all mad and then they feel it because they invest way too much into these other people when the other people invest way too little into the friendship. And that shit, I think they do friendship sometimes like they do relationship in the gay community. Because a lot of times you see that in the gay community where one party will be really into the other party, or the other party really just ain't in, they here for a quick bust down, or they quickly figure out that they're really not into you as much. So they kind of just letting it linger on, but really they ain't really feeling you until the other person finally realize, girl, they just not that into you. And then they blow up and it just becomes a big thing. But I kind of see like the friendships is that you change. It seems like both of them used you. You were an ends to a means. One person fell out with the other one. They used you to, pile all of their garbage on. Then the other person did the same thing, and now they don't have no use for you, and they don't went on with life. And you might be upset about that, but the rest of the cast and the rest of the viewing public just don't care enough.
But the other thing I'm going to say too, I don't think that Kane is being genuine when he says that he doesn't care. I think he does, and I think that's the problem. I think because Kane said him and Neek were friends, and he was friends with Neek before Troy, and I think that bothers him. I think he is bothered at the time. I think he was genuinely bothered by the fact that Troy and Neek found their way back to their friendship after all of that, and that I do think he feels slighted. I think he feels maybe put aside by Neek and Troy becoming so close, especially when him and Neek were friends first, and he said that, they were really good friends and they hung out. He said Neek helped me move into my first apartment. I was there for Neek when him and Anthony first started going through problems. And then this is the same person that comes to you and talks shit about Troy and tells you Troy this and Troy that. And then you look up and they friends again. That's why I said I believe all three of them. But I do think that Kane was bothered. Maybe not anymore. But I do think in that moment, I think Kane was legitimately bothered by Troy and hurt. Maybe hurt is the word. I think he would. I ain't gonna go so far as to talk about it hurt him to his core and all of that. But I do think he was legitimately
maligned. Damn it,
child! I'm never letting that go. Core. I'm never letting maliciously malign. If Kane, listen, Kane, I know you don't even fuck with us over here, but if you listening or somebody see you this clip, Kane, you need to put out a T-shirt yesterday that says I was maliciously maligned, because I would buy it. You would get $20.
Like TC. Remember, TC had that shirt on
the front, and it hurt me to my core on the back.
Listen, remember, TC had that shirt that said I wasn't invited, or what did the shirt say? Uninvited or not invited?
I wasn't invited.
You're supposed to nuke that shit. I'm just saying.
Kane, you were supposed to have, but I don't know if he knew it was gonna blow up like this. But now that you know, baby, you like yesterday. Your online boutique, you need to have those shirts. Hurt me to my core, and I was maliciously maligned. Whatever. I would buy it. You get $20 of my coin. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. I would buy it.
All right.
I'd buy it for ElTeddy for Christmas.
He was maliciously maligned, my God, on today.
Listen, I need a good cum rag every now and again. I need a good cum rag or two, so I'll use
it. See how you go too fucking far.
Always go
too fucking far.
You see the line and you fucking jump over it every time, ElTeddy.
Yep. You reached for me and I jumped over the line. You knew there was going to be a retort.
The only other thing that went down was
this is why we can't have
when Kane got smart with Tonka talking about some go over there with your fake friends. But here's what was funny. Before Tonka even joked him up, what was funny was
his facial expression when he turned to look at Rico. He was like, "Is this
right?
To me?"
Right. And this is how you know that Rico and Tonka are friends in real life.
Because Rico was like
right. Rico was like, like Rico was like, no. Baby, Tonka.
I was like, I'm gonna have to jack this nigga up.
And what got me was the way King K morphed into a 4-year-old, morphed into Scooter Boot, looking like morphed into a 4-year-old little boy. Like,
listen, it was. I swear to God, it was given very much. Is Wayne Brady gonna have to smack a bitch? I said, "Oh Jesus!" I said, "Oh,
exactly, baby."
Because Tonka is the sweetest teddy bear, is squishy. He's the sweetest thing you ever want to meet in person. But when I say that nigga bloomed into a whole thug right in front of our eyes, I said. I saw the dominance bloom. Do you know when they do time lapse and you watch a flower bloom? I saw the whole nigga bloom right up out the middle of his chest. And he snatched that thing up. And he was like, I don't know who the fuck you think you. And his voice got deep. I said, oh.
Right.
Listen, when I say if you can tell me what to do, then you can tell me what to do. That's what the fuck I mean.
Ma'am, listen.
That's what
I was looking for these pronouns, baby. You told me your pronouns that she heard, honey, and the way you dip down there to that base and let them hang and go, motherfucker, what? I was like, oh, girl, he's a little too big for you to be family
over there.
Listen, but I'm with you, Ebbie. Look, it was funny because Kane even said that himself. Kane said, sometimes you just gotta just get that. Your man gotta just get you together, and he just had to get me together.
Right.
I probably would have
beside yourself. Sometimes that nigga just gotta get you. She just gotta get you
to be my pants, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like Rico would be me. I ain't fooling with him. I feel like Rico is me if Ebbie, because remember we were saying last week how Ebbie went there. I feel like that's the face Ebbie would give, and that's the reaction I would have because I would know that Ebbie about to snap. Like I feel like I would be like, girl, Ebbie, hey, I'm gonna have to call you by your government name just to try to bring you down a little bit. I'm like, hey. I feel like that would be me.
Because if I get this hair in the fucking bun, it's over. You're gonna have to catch me for it. I'm gonna have to be mid. I'm sorry. What? Oh no.
Yeah, I feel like that's the moment. Oh, and we did have a little cameo by Jayla from Chasing LA. Miss Jayla. I don't know what she was doing in Atlanta, but this ain't my business. That ain't my business. She showed up, honey, and she was there.
We could tell, Ravine. We could tell. Because that was.
They not just dating. They are living together. Like they in a
relationship. But my thing is,
that was
a dominance thing. That was when I be talking about big D, little S situations. That's what the fuck that was. That's very much. Tonka is a switch, and the switch got flipped, and he went from being Clark Kent to Superman. And Superman is his dominant personality. And King Kane had no choice but to bow to the dominance that was in front of him. Because wasn't nothing he could do. There's a big wall that went up in front of him. There was absolutely nothing he could do. Nothing.
All right. So that was pretty much the episode. Anybody want to, before we get into some of the gossip and tea, anybody want to add anything to this episode? No, Ebbie.
I would like. I'm gonna shut up because I don't want the headache of dealing with that young man, so I'm gonna just shut up.
Okay. So
I would like to go to the reunion and not have to put my hair up in a ponytail. So.
Oh, child. So. I'm going to say to you guys to get the full story of what I'm getting ready to share with some of y'all. Y'all need to go look at the after show from last night that King Kane hosted. You need to look at Oliver's recap review /live. And I'm sure TTV tonight is going to be recapping a lot of this too. But as far as this pool party situation, let's talk about, we got two different versions of the story. So the promoter went on to the after show last night, and because King Kane was saying that basically Oliver begged to host this event so he would have something for his storyline that the promoter did not. Wait a minute, let me finish. That the promoter did not reach out to Oliver. Oliver asked if he could co-host this event. I'm just telling you what was said. Now, the promoter said that like I told you guys, he said that nobody paid, he refunded people's money, and nobody from the show at least paid, and that he said he even gave some gas money to get to if they didn't have it. Now he ain't mentioned no names, so I don't know who was riding around on E, but whatever, child, it is what it is. Now Oliver said that that's not true. Oliver said that the promoter reached out to him and he didn't.
Wait a minute. Did you say the promoter confirmed that that Oliver reached out to him?
Oliver said that the promoter reached out to him. The promoter is saying that Oliver reached out to him.
No, that's what I'm asking. I'm asking, did the promoter confirm that Oliver reached out to the promoter?
That's what I'm saying. They're saying two different. Okay, maybe I'm not
saying the opposite. You're right, ElTeddy. They're saying the
opposite story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying so the promoter confirmed what Kane said. Okay, I got you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I thought you said, did he confirm what Oliver said? Okay, yeah. No, the promoter is saying that Kane's version of the story is what it is. Now, Oliver said that he did on his live. Of course, he said that his story is what it is, and that he said that he did reach out to the promoter because he said people were telling him, "Are you sure that this party is legit?" Because we don't know about no rooftops in Atlanta that be renting out to be having these types of parties and situations. Because Atlanta is usually really strict for rooftop situations. They're usually really strict about that kind of stuff. So Oliver said he reached out to the promoter, and the promoter was like, "No, it's all good. I got it straight. It's confirmed. Everything is a go." So when he showed up the day of, and the things were not the things, that was another reason why he was irritated. He said that he did tell the cast that they didn't have to come to the. He said, "Listen, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what this next situation is going to look like. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next, location, because basically, I've invited a lot of people and I need to be there. But if y'all don't want to come, I definitely understand, and it's cool." And so that's what Oliver was saying, that he told them they didn't have to come, but they chose
Did
to come.
Oliver have any receipts for anything that he said?
He showed the text message receipts from when he said he reached out. Sounds like I'm drowning.
Yeah, you droiding out.
Swim up.
You droiding out.
He said swim up. What does that even mean? Y'all know I'm having well, you might not know, but I'm having issues over here. I've told y'all that. I don't know what's going on. I was on the phone with the people last night trying to do troubleshooting and all of that stuff. I have no idea what's going on with my situation over here. But I was on the phone with the people yesterday. I might just have to get them to come replace all of my equipment and see if that's going to help, because I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But yeah. So Oliver had receipts from him texting about the venue, and the promoter telling him that the venue, he didn't show any receipts about how he was approached to host. He didn't show that. That doesn't mean that it's not true. That's not what because I don't think when he did his review, he wouldn't have known that the promoter was trying to say. He did his review at the same time as the after show last night. So he wouldn't have known what Kane was saying on the after show. So he didn't show any receipts.
If you do your review at the same time as the after show, you might be trying to take eyes away from it, so that you can sell your narrative at the same time that they're selling their narrative.
Well, what I'm saying though is he didn't know what was being said, so he didn't know to show a receipt for that.
But what I'm saying really is, if you know Kane is bringing the promoter on there, and your version is different from that version.
That's my point. He wouldn't have known that.
How do you know that?
Because the promoter wasn't a scheduled guest. The promoter just clicked the link.
Well, he may have known that Kane might have been saying, even if the promoter wasn't coming on, if Oliver wanted to sell his version of it and Kane says, "No, I talked to the promoter," and this is what even if the promoter
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. I don't think either you're not understanding what I'm saying, or you just don't want to understand what I'm saying. Oliver was doing his review. He didn't know that he had anything to rebut, because he didn't know what Kane was saying over on the chase, and he didn't know what Kane was saying. So he didn't know, let me show the receipts to show that this person reached out to me and I didn't reach out to them. He was showing the receipts to show that he didn't have anything to do with the venue being screwed up, because he was
I understand totally what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, how do we know that he did not know what Kane was going to say about the promoter saying that Oliver reached out to the promoter? That's what I'm saying. I hear what you're saying. You're saying, well, there's no way for Oliver to have known what Kane was going to say. What I'm saying is, we don't know that. Kane, it might be true that Oliver knew that Kane was going to say, the promoter said you reached out to him, Oliver. And Oliver might have been going live at the same time to say, "Nah, let me make sure I am live at the same time to draw some eyes to rebut that." I'm just saying. It's possible.
Okay, whatever. All right, whatever. Anyway, so that's what was going on with that. And then I already told y'all what Kane said about the whole situation with Neek, the fact that or what Neek was saying or what Neek wasn't saying or whatever. And that, like I said, I do believe what Kane said, but I just don't think it matters anymore. They were mad at each other. I'm sure they talked shit about each other. They were mad at each other. That's what people do when they get mad at somebody. They talk shit. I mean, not everybody does it, but we know that people do it. And I just think that's what it was. D, I'm not not mad. I'm not mad. I'm frustrated because I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my stuff. And it seemed like I was on the phone with people last night and I went through all that and then I'm right back where I started. I'm not mad at you or anything at all. I'm just frustrated. That's all. Because I'm just irritated and I'm frustrated. That's all. Because I don't know what's wrong and I don't know what to fix and I don't know where to start. And I've been trying to work on this for like a week now. So I think at this point I'm just going to have to get my internet to just bring me all new equipment, which means I got to schedule an appointment, which means I got, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm not mad or nothing. I'm just irritated. That's all. But not at you. I'm irritated at the fact that for some reason, all of a sudden, my internet signal decided to act stupid. Because it is my internet signal. It's not my computer. It's internet signal. Because it keeps messing up my TV. So that's I have a smart TV. That's the Wi-Fi. So it's my internet. And I feel like they just want me to spend more money, honestly. Anyway,
you get a booster, which is the stupid that
I got a booster.
That incenses. I'm like, I paid you money for this. If it ain't what you sold me, that's your fault. I shouldn't be paying for an extra booster when you told me I was gonna get X amount of gigabytes or gigahertz.
Right. And the thing is, I bought my own booster. Right. I bought my own booster. I didn't buy a booster through them because, of course, they want to charge 3 times the amount as the booster at the damn Best Buy. But I don't think it's gonna work because this one God ain't working, and you're not gonna convince me that theirs is miraculously gonna work better. They need to bring me a new router. I don't even want a booster. I'm just gonna go straight to a router. No, bring me a router. And if that doesn't work, then I'm just gonna change internet service because this is ridiculous. It shouldn't, I don't know. And what's frustrating me now, the reason why I know it's my internet is because I have DirecTV, which goes through my internet, and I have a smart TV. And like it keeps doing it on my TV, like it keeps losing signal. And I'll be in the middle of watching the show and my TV will just go out and I have to wait for the whole thing to reboot for DirecTV to connect to the Wi-Fi again. So that's how I know it's my Wi-Fi. It's not the computer, it's the Wi-Fi. So I just don't know, like I said. Anyway, neither here nor there, child. We done went left. But whatever. The other drama, not the other drama, the other gossip, like I already said too, was that Kane and Tonka are together. They've moved to DC. And they live together here in DC, child, and they living their best life for right now. I shouldn't say for right now. Because I wish them well.
I wish them well too, but baby, listen. I don't know if I'm moving in with somebody I'm with, baby. We have to be together for a while, or you have to put a ring on it, baby. I just My grandma used to always say, "You don't know when a leap year comes, people change. You think you've been with somebody once for 2 years, and the leap year coming on that February 29th, they morph into a whole different person."
I don't know. What is going on with this? Okay. So, did we lose Ebbie?
She's on mute.
Now, I know she's on mute, but because I'm about to wrap it up. So, I'm just saying, did we lose her?
Hold on. Okay, I'm muted. So, my family, as untechnology as they are, we're trying to have the Thanksgiving Zoom. I am. I'm talking about all of you niggas on the live. Yes, I am. Talking about all of y'all.
Well, we about to get off so you can go focus on your Thanksgiving situation. Final words, anybody this week?
All right. My final words is
keep it cute.
Y'all gonna be mad, and I don't care. Can we stick to 40 to 45 minutes?
Next week. We'll be at ElTeddy's house.
That's all I want. If we had left out the Dominique conversation with Jaya Moore, or maybe that first scene, we probably could have been down to 40, 45 minutes. And I say that because every episode, the three of us all talk about this was a scene that we didn't need. We really didn't need this scene. And so what I'm saying is, if you leave out these unneeded scenes, we'll be right at our 40 to 45 minutes. That's the sweet spot. That's my problem.
And on that note, good night. I'm not doing this with you. I don't know why you complain. It's not that big of a deal. The